Do you earn over £50,000? And is your money working as hard as you'd like it to? Wait before you go. If you don't earn over 50k, this also applies to you. The majority of the reasons why you may be struggling with your finances is to do with your subconscious mind. It's to do with your habits. And I call out those of you who earn over 50k, 60k, 70k, 100k, whatever it may be. I've had clients who earn £250,000 and still struggle with the same things. The issue is your subconscious mind, your beliefs, what's going on underneath the surface. And that's what you need to address. So today I'm going to run through 3 specific assumptions, biases, beliefs, whatever you want to call them, that may be the puppet strings in your financial life and you may not realize it. The aim is for you to understand them and apply some strategies to help you improve your relationship with money, improve your financial behaviours, and ultimately have more money. Let's go. Now, in case we haven't met before, I'm Krystle McGilvery. I'm a finance and behaviour change catalyst and the founder of Mind Over Money. I am also a chartered accountant and I've worked with founders, individuals for 15 years, supporting them to improve their financial lives and to improve their mindset. Okay, let's dive into this video. Now, what we need to remember is that us as humans are guided by our deep-rooted beliefs and assumptions about the world. Now, this impacts the way we evaluate situations, the way we problem solve, the way we rationalize our decisions are all guided by these subconscious beliefs and assumptions. If they're unhelpful, then they are going to cause us to make decisions and take actions in a way that don't bring about the life, the outcome, the results that we really want. To give you some quick examples about what I mean, because if you are quite new to this type of approach to changing behavior, you may be a bit, I'm not getting it. So our unhelpful beliefs and assumptions about the world can cause us to do things such as impulse spend or invest in a stock because of what we heard on the internet, or neglect our finances altogether out of fear. Now, on the impulse spending, you may be impulse spending because you feel sad or really happy. Now, what's happening is your emotions are motivating you to make that decision and spend your money because you believe that that's going to make you feel better. Or neglecting your finances altogether, which of course is so common for many people. That may be the ostrich effect, where you are afraid of what you might find out and you're trying to avoid that negative feeling. I want to dive into 3 specific, what can we call them, mental traps that stop you from making good decisions and show you how you can undo them effectively. Okay, the first one I mentioned a moment ago, and that is you falling victim to herd mentality. Now, we've all seen it happen. We've heard about bubbles, right? Where everybody is crazy and excited about this new wave that's happening. So say, for example, there's a specific stock or a type of investment that everybody you talk to is raving about. Your barber, your work colleague, you hear people talking about it in the supermarket. This could be crypto, for example, whatever it is. Everyone's talking about it. And because everyone's talking about it, you are compelled to go and invest in it or do the thing as well without doing your own due diligence. You don't do your own research to make sure the investment type is aligned with your own risk profile, etc. Now, this is so common, and we see in times of crisis and economic downturn like we're experiencing right now, that people tend to do so much more of this out of a scarcity mindset. Another bias that I'm not going to go into today. There are things you can do to help you avoid this, and there are many people who tend to behave in this way repeatedly, and this is the trick. The trick is to do your due diligence. Stand tall in your convictions. Follow your intuition, your gut. If something doesn't seem right, if you are feeling unnecessarily excitable, that's an indication that maybe you shouldn't go forward. Investing, and I've said this before, investing should be boring. It should be the driest, lamest thing you do. Now, if people around you are getting excited about investing, stay far away. Now, another bias that many of us experience is the empathy gap. And this is where you are not aware of your emotions' impact on your decisions. And it happens to all of us. Now, say you're watching the TV and you see a program all about healthy eating, and you feel motivated and compelled to stick to a new diet that involves a lot of salad and vegetables, whatever it may be. But you're motivated by this. Now, that weekend, you're out with friends and you're drinking and you're maybe having food. In that emotional state where you're very excited, you're very happy, you're really thrilled to be with your friends, and maybe they suggest to have pizza after a night out, or have a local kebab, whatever it may be. And you have the pizza or the kebab. Now, what you didn't do is realize the impact of your emotions in that environment and how it will affect what you do when it comes to eating. Now, there is a way that you can address this happening in your life and helping you make better financial decisions. And that's all about you not allowing your emotions to be the strong driving force behind every single decision. We need to understand that emotions are just something we feel, and the way we feel is a direct result of our beliefs and our assumptions about the situation in the world, which were embedded within us when we were a small child. It doesn't mean they're true. So today, when it comes to you making a decision and you are feeling in some kind of heightened emotional state, pause and reflect and question why you feel compelled to do the thing. And also with something specific like eating well, you need to have systems and habits in place to help reinforce this change in behaviour. The same goes with finances, going to the gym, whatever it may be. When you're trying to change your behaviour, you need to build in routines to make that easier. This last one I'm going to cover I find the most compelling, and it's called the action bias. And it's where you feel compelled to do something even though it may not be right, and you have a niggling thought that it may not be right. Action bias is a difficult one to overcome because sometimes inaction, so not doing anything, is the best thing you can do. But when people around you are doing the thing, it's really hard to stay firm in your truth and your knowledge that actually doing nothing is good. Now, we saw this recently when we had the situation with petrol. The public ran to petrol stations to fill up their tanks. Now, of course, that's action bias. That's because we saw so many other people doing the thing that we were compelled to do it, but we didn't need to. Now, with most of these biases, you will see that the results are acting in emotion or in states of uncertainty. And the best solution is for you to pause and do nothing and collect as much information as you can to be clear and concise and know the truth about what is before you make a decision. Now, as you can see, this is where you step out of your emotional state and you go into a more rational, logical state. It's hard to do, but having systems and processes in place that help you along that journey is the best way. Now, at this point, you should have a bit of an understanding about some of the psychological biases that impact you and your decision making. As you can see with herding, this may cause you to rush and buy things and spend money when you shouldn't be. The empathy gap, again, may cause you to spend money and make decisions when it's maybe not aligned with what you truthfully want. Again, falling out of your financial plans, for example. And finally, the action bias, doing things because other people are, again, taking you away from your own personal goals and aims for your finances. I hope you found this insightful, and to remind you, it doesn't matter what your salary level is, these biases and many others affect all of our financial decisions. The people I work with range from earning £35,000 up to £250,000, and they all struggle with the same problems, but you can overcome them.